Hello everyone, welcome back to class. So today I'll briefly explain two tags, that is div tag and span tag. So we are still working with this nested list. So let me use this to explain divs and span. Okay, so what is div tag? Div simply means division. Okay, so when we're talking about div tag, that is division tag. So what is division tag? Division tag is a tag that specify a particular area in your web page. Okay, it's classify it so that it can be accessed easily in the CSS. Though we are not in CSS class yet, we are not in CSS class, so we are going to be explaining it basically in HTML only. Okay, so these are other lists. So to introduce this div tag, let's just write it up here. That is, I think we have it here, right? This is div tag. This is what we call div tag. Okay, but this opening tag and close tag cannot be together to introduce our div tag. One has to be at the top while the other has to be at the bottom. Do you understand? Okay, let's proceed. So the closing tag should be here. Remember, this order list is the parent list. It comprise all these div and list tag. So this div tag, there's something we call type. Right? So that type is what we make it easier for you to refer back to this div tag while working in HTML. That is styling. Okay, so type, or let's say class. This class defines your div tag, your division tag. Okay, the let's say list item 1, list, let's see it, list item 1. So that is div tag. So in CSS you will be taught how to get reference to this. Okay, how to refer back to div tag in your HTML and style everything in it. So that is that about div tag basically. So the next tag is span tag. What is span tag? The span tag is here. So span tag is a type of tag that styles a specific text in an inline HTML. What is inline HTML? Let's use paragraph. Let's use paragraph text for paragraph tag, for example. Yes, paragraph tag. Let's say I am a developer. Develop. So I am a developer. So if you introduce a span tag here, a part of this text, I am a developer, part of it must be in that span tag. Okay, to style it specifically in your CSS. Okay, so let's introduce span tag. This is span. This is span here. You can see it, span, but you have not introduced any inline HTML. What is inline HTML? This is a paragraph tag, right? So everything here, I am a developer, is an inline HTML. So one or two of the inline HTML must be between this span tag to modify it in your CSS. Okay, let's just call it, oh, what's this? Let's just call this developer, because we are adding this developer in our span tag, right? You know what? Oh, is it working? Okay, cut. So paste it in between your opening and closing span tag. Paste. No, it's happening. So paste. So that is span tag. So this span tag, if you get to CSS class, you you'll be taught how to, how to style it properly. So you can even give it class to be div. Let's say dev, short for developer. So if you are to style it now, you will just get reference to it by using this dev in your CSS and style everything. Okay, so that is basically everything. Let's say yes, everything in span and div tag. So remember from here, remember this div starts from here to here. Okay, you can see the opening and closing tag, and I've explained the function of div. You see, so the difference between div is that the difference between div and span is that div can comprise of, let's say, a section in your web page. Okay, a section in your web page, while span can only comprise a line of text, a line of code, just a line of code, not a section, not more than one line. Okay, unless you want to introduce another span to the next line. So that's basically the difference. Okay, there's difference between website and web page. A web page, this is, let's say, this is your web page. Okay, so collection of web pages on the net is website. Hope you get that. Try to work on this. Okay, see you in the next class.